Why you're still not successful and it's not what you think. Most people believe that success is about talent, luck, or doing something extraordinary once in a while. But the truth is much simpler, and much harder. Success is built on one hidden foundation: consistency. Not motivation, not inspiration, not even talent, just consistency. The reason so many people never reach their goals is not because they are incapable, but because they stop too early. They start with excitement. They feel powerful in the beginning. They make plans, watch videos, feel inspired, and even take action for a few days or weeks. But when results don't show up quickly, their energy fades. They assume it's not working. And so they quit. But here is the reality most people don't understand: success always starts quietly. In the beginning, there is no applause, no recognition, no visible progress. It feels like nothing is happening. But underneath that silence, something powerful is being built: skills, habits, discipline, and strength. Think about a seed planted in the ground. For days, weeks, sometimes even longer, nothing is visible above the surface. If someone didn't understand growth, they might assume nothing is happening at all. They might even dig it up out of frustration. And in doing so, they destroy the very process that was about to become a tree. That is exactly how most people treat their goals. They give up right before the breakthrough. Consistency means showing up even when there is no immediate reward. It means doing the work when you feel tired, bored, or unmotivated. It means continuing when no one is clapping for you and when you are the only one who believes in your dream. That is where real transformation happens, not in the moments of excitement, but in the moments of repetition. Every expert you admire once faced the same invisible phase. Every successful person once felt like quitting. The difference is not that they never struggled. The difference is that they didn't stop. They stayed in the process long enough for the process to start working for them. Consistency also changes your identity. At first, you force yourself to act. But over time, your actions become who you are. When you write every day, you become a writer. When you practice every day, you become skilled. When you study consistently, you become knowledgeable. Not because of one big effort, but because of thousands of small, repeated actions. The mind always wants fast results. It compares your beginning with someone else's middle. It makes you feel behind. But success is not a race of speed, it is a test of endurance. The question is not how fast you can start, but how long you can continue. If you are not seeing results yet, it does not mean you are failing. It often means you are still in the building phase. And this is the phase where most people quit. That is why those who continue even when nothing seems to change eventually separate themselves from everyone else. So the real question is not, is this working yet? The real question is, will I continue long enough for it to work? Because consistency always wins. Not immediately, not dramatically, but inevitably. Most people are not unsuccessful because they are unwilling to work hard. They are unsuccessful because they are working hard in too many directions at once, without ever deciding exactly where they want to go. A life without a clear goal is like a ship without a compass. It moves, it drifts, it burns fuel, but it never arrives anywhere meaningful. Clarity is one of the most powerful forces in success. When you are clear about what you want, your decisions become easier, your actions become sharper, and your energy becomes focused. But when your goal is unclear, everything starts to feel confusing. You say yes to things that don't matter. You waste time on paths that don't lead anywhere. And slowly, days turn into months, and months turn into years, without real progress. Many people confuse being busy with being productive. They think that doing more means achieving more. So they jump from one idea to another. One day they want to start a business. The next day they want a job. Then they want to learn a skill, start a YouTube channel, trade stocks, or change careers entirely. Their energy is high, but their direction is scattered. And scattered energy never builds anything strong. Imagine trying to light a fire by striking matches in different places every few seconds. Nothing will ignite, but if you focus all your effort on one spot, the fire finally catches. That is exactly how goals work. Focus creates ignition. Without focus, everything remains potential, never reality. The truth is, life rewards direction more than effort. Two people can work equally hard, but the one with clarity will always move ahead faster. Why? Because clarity removes hesitation. It removes confusion. It removes wasted effort. Every action starts to support a bigger vision instead of competing with other random desires. Most people also fail to define what success actually means to them. They copy other people's goals instead of discovering their own. They see someone earning money online and think that is success. They see someone becoming famous and think that is success. But what they never ask themselves is this truly what I want, or am I just reacting to what I see? Without personal clarity, you are always chasing shadows. You work hard, but your heart is not fully in it. And when the heart is not aligned with the goal, motivation dies quickly. That is why so many people start strong and quit even stronger. Clarity doesn't mean you must have your entire life figured out. It simply means knowing your next direction clearly enough to commit to it. One real goal is more powerful than 10 vague dreams. Because a single clear target allows you to measure progress, build discipline, and stay consistent even when things get difficult. When you finally decide what truly matters to you, something changes inside. You stop being pulled in every direction. You stop reacting to every opportunity. You start choosing instead of drifting. And that is where growth begins. Because success is not just about working hard, it is about working hard on the right thing. And the right thing can only be found when you stop living in confusion and start living with clarity. So if you feel stuck, don't immediately think you need more effort. First ask yourself a deeper question. Do I actually know what I am trying to build? Because the moment your goal becomes clear, your path becomes simpler. And once your path is simple, progress finally becomes possible. Most people believe they are failing because they lack motivation. But the real reason is deeper. They are depending too much on motivation in the first place. Motivation is emotional. It rises and falls. It comes after watching an inspiring video, reading a powerful quote, or feeling frustrated with life. But just as quickly as it appears, it disappears. And when it disappears, most people stop. That is where the problem begins. If your success depends on how you feel, then your success will always be unstable. Some days you will feel powerful, focused, and ready to conquer the world. Other days you will feel tired, distracted, or unmotivated. And if you only work on the good days, then your progress will always be inconsistent. You will move forward for a while, then stop, then start again. This cycle creates frustration, not success. Successful people are not controlled by their feelings. They are controlled by systems, habits, and discipline. They understand something very important. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the engine. A spark can start a fire, but it cannot keep it burning. Only consistent fuel can do that. Think about it like this. Brushing your teeth, eating meals, or going to sleep every night does not require motivation. You do it because it is part of your routine. It is non-negotiable. Discipline works the same way. It turns important actions into daily habits, so you don't have to rely on emotional energy to do them. The difference between successful and unsuccessful people is not that one group never feels lazy. Both feel lazy. Both feel tired. Both feel like quitting sometimes. The difference is that successful people act anyway. Even when they don't feel like it. Even when there is no excitement. Even when no one is watching. This is where real growth happens, in the moments when you choose action over emotion. Relying on motivation is like trying to drive a car with no fuel tank, only pushing it forward whenever you feel energetic. You might move a little, but you will never go far. Discipline, on the other hand, is like a full tank that keeps you moving even when the road is long and difficult. Another important truth is this: emotions are temporary, but your decisions shape your future. Every time you choose discipline over laziness, you are building a stronger version of yourself. And every time you give into comfort, you are reinforcing weakness. Over time, these small decisions define your entire life. People often wait for the perfect mood to start working on their dreams. They say, "I'll start when I feel ready." But readiness is not a feeling, it is a decision. If you wait to feel ready, you will wait forever. Because there will always be days when you don't feel like doing the work. The secret is to remove emotion from decision making. Instead of asking, "Do I feel like doing this today?" ask, "Is this something I committed to?" Commitment is stronger than emotion. Commitment keeps you moving when motivation disappears. Discipline also builds self-respect. Every time you do what you said you would do, even when it is hard, you strengthen your trust in yourself. And that self-trust becomes the foundation of confidence. On the other hand, every time you break your own promises, your confidence slowly weakens. In the end, success is not about being highly motivated. It is about being highly disciplined. Motivation may start your journey, but discipline determines how far you go. If you can learn to act regardless of how you feel, you will separate yourself from the majority of people who are still waiting for the right move. Because the truth is simple, winners don't wait to feel ready. They act, and through action, they become ready.